Hello. I'm going to talk to you guys real quick about the confirmation retreat as promised. It's a little later, but better late than never. Life is just busy with Pinewood Derbies and other things in our life. And yeah, but we'll just get this started for you real quick. It'll be just a couple minutes. Sharing the screen. Whoa, look at everything. Where is it? It's right here. All right, so here's the confirmation retreat. It's different than in years past, so I wanted to make sure that you all saw this. You can see the times when people arrive. The bold one is the first session. The second one's the afternoon session. Things that I wanted to point out as you look at all this. Again, this is important. If you're there the whole day, stay energized in the second session. When students arrive, we already have people who signed up to check in for that. They'll have name tags. They'll be in the gym. We'll sign in the gym, and there'll be music playing. There'll be icebreakers going on. We can always use extra help to corral the kids to make sure that they do the icebreakers. And then they'll have music playing also to help them mingle in the gym. And then once it's time for Greg and like 8:20 or so, we'll kind of start moving them to the Dickman Center. And the Dickman Center will be completely transformed. There'll be Christmas lights and we'll have stuff hanging from the ceiling that'll look completely different because the idea is talking about something that they take for granted and making it sacred and showing them sacred places can be anywhere, even places that they're used to. And I'm going to need help on Friday to help make that magic happen. All the help I can get. So if you're available, please let me know. Well, then Greg does his stuff. And then there's a peer witness by Anna Volpe of Who I Am, and talk to her what that is. And then they go into small group sessions and answering the questions from handout 1. So look down here at breakout session. Here I am, who I am, and we're all going to share our stories and like what makes us who we are, all that kind of good stuff. So look at this ahead of time. Make sure that you're not surprised by this. You're going to talk about yourself and give a little brief synopsis of who you are, why you came to St. Al's, and what makes you special and stuff like that. So look at this. Read this. Be aware of this. Don't just wing it the day of. And then we'll have a break, and then we'll go back into another talk where Greg is going to talk about how do we know God's real, and how we feel connected to God. And then we'll have another small group session, breakout session. And again, look at this ahead of time, read the questions, kind of get your answer about what you're looking for. What do you think the kids will want to know, want to learn from you on these issues? And if this is an important one where you can share your heart, at the same time, don't dog the church and dog your own experiences because you're representing the church in this moment. It's an important thing. So how do you envision God? How do you don't be like, I don't really know. I'm kind of an atheist. I don't know why you're on the team if that's the case. You're walking the kids through this experience. So again, look at the questions, look at the answers. Make sure that you have answers for your questions and you can navigate this with kids. That's a big difference this year with the students is that is with you guys that you have a way more hands-on approach to the retreat. You are more participating because Greg felt like that was a thing. That you guys weren't getting to interact a lot with the kids. And so he wanted to make it a point of that for you guys having more time. So when you're agreeing to be a small group leader, you're doing more than just one icebreaker where you lead them in a task. You're leading a discussion. So it's really important for you to take the role seriously and realize you're representing the church at that time. Then we will go to the chapel from there for a holy half hour with Greg leading us. And then AJ will give a talk about how he encounters God and how he prays. And then we will go into the holy hour. have a final prayer with Lectio Divina and the Thomas Merton prayer, which is Greg will lead it. You guys just participate in it and get the kids going by participating yourselves. And then we go clean up and then go to lunch. And if you are staying just doing the morning session, you're welcome to stay for lunch and leave. And if you're just doing the afternoon session, you're welcome to join us for lunch, and then we'll go into the stuff. And then it all gets redone, and we make the magic happen again. One thing Greg said is when we do like the songs and stuff like that, he wants some people to be up front to show hand motions, but then other people can be mixed in with the kids. And last year that was hard because they were in chairs, but this year they'll be on the floor on rugs. So it's easy for us to be in there with them, making sure they're participating. Then we will help clean up. I will need extra help cleaning up. It's more than just like putting stuff in my car. It's like taking down the stuff on the ceiling in the Dickman Center, putting the Dickman Center back together. And then Greg will be going over to Mass and singing at 5 o'clock Mass. So I'll need help with their stuff too as well. So that's important. Again, we're going to go through, oh yeah, we went through this already. So there you go. Then let's talk about this. Small group facilitation. Read this page. You have this page, but it talks about like how to lead a small group. And this is actually more important this year than in years past because you're not leading an activity, you are leading a discussion. So you make sure everybody has a voice. You call out the quiet kids, but don't be a jerk about it, right? Like, I've heard a lot from you, so let's hear some from our quieter friends. Not just like, you never talk. Who are you? You set the goal. You are a facilitator, so you can help them achieve the goals, but remember that you are facilitating, not necessarily leading the thing. And remember, you want to be their friend, but you also want them to participate. So it's easier. This is important. It's easier to start out tough and then loosen up than to loosen up on the rules and toughen up. Like, don't like, oh, whatever, I don't care. And then they get out of hand and you have to be mean because they remember how you were at the end. So be tougher and lighten up. They'll be like, whoa, she's really nice. Listen when they talk, like really listen. Don't try to think of the next thing or evaluate what you're going to say next. Just listen to what they have to say. Show your commitment and concern for what's going on with the kids. You set the tone. Even if you think it's the dumbest thing ever, never show your card to the kids. They follow your lead. I do this all the time. And wouldn't you like to know when I do it? But make sure that you share, like you have the kids participate. It's the most awesome thing in that moment. They'll follow your lead in whether or not you think it's terrible or not. Never tell your kids you're not prepared. Fake it till you make it. You should be prepared, but never be like, you need to send me this. And I never looked at it. Like you just go, okay, let's figure it out. Know your limits. If you have a kid that's being just awful and driving you crazy, tell an adult. Don't just let it up to yourself. Many years ago, there was a girl who had a hard time with one student, and I didn't know about it till the end of the day, and she started crying in evaluations. That's not cool. My job is that's what I get paid the big bucks for, is to help navigate the situation. You're not a therapist. If somebody tells you something that's over the top of your head, let us know. I'm a mandatory reporter, so if someone says they're getting hurt by someone or they're going to hurt themselves or someone else, tell me, and I tell their parents, and the ball starts rolling in other ways. But it's not your job to like have that information. It's only 3 hours. You never know who's going to share. Tips on how to get started. One important things with that, make sure that they're all sitting on the same level. No one's laying down, trying to go to sleep or whatever, making sure that they're all engaged. Or at least pretending it. Make sure that everybody knows of each other. They should, but they might not. But just making sure that everyone knows each other, and then you get to know them too. And when you ask them the questions, don't judge. Don't be like, really? What? Like, that sounds weird. Like, just be like, oh, okay. Why do you think that? And then you can judge them in your head, but don't judge them out loud. So read these sheets. Cool. This is just the nuts and bolts over that. And then you can see here, there's 2 roles that I have. I need small group leader And then I also need support staff because there's a lot of transitions and behind the scenes stuff. So I need help with that too. So you let me know what you're comfortable with, which one. Like I'm going to throw Emily Volpe kind of under the bus. She doesn't like being a small group leader. She'd rather be behind the scenes and helping making things happen because we have some transitions to do. We have some movement that has to flow. And so that'll be kind of, I need help with that as well. So really look at your gifts and decide what you want to do and let me know. Like email me, let me know, text me for reals. All right. Then one more thing I thought I was going to share with you, but I can't find it. So there we go. That's pretty much it. Oh, here's the who's helping, or who I think they're helping, and where we need some more help. We have this one covered, the peer witness. We have how to experience God. We have that one covered. Icebreakers is Elizabeth Delosier and Layla Thompson. They may need some help with that. I don't know. Elizabeth's kind of the brains of the operation on that one. Art and environment behind the scenes, only Emily. Somebody else can help me with that. And then help with setup and cleanup, like intense. So if you're signed up for the afternoon session, you're going to be pretty much the cleanup here at the end to help get the room back together. You're welcome. If you, but we could use extra help on Friday, the day before at 5 p.m. So please sign up for that as well. I think that's it. Where'd it go? I'm supposed to be stopped sharing. All right. I think that's it. And always fun getting things together. If you have questions, email me. I think it'll be a great day. It's just hectic to get it there. Thanks so much. Bye. I'm still broadcasting. My mouse is not working.